What's going on, guys? Vegito here, and I know what you guys are probably thinking. Didn't you already post this a couple months ago? Well, I did, but ultimately I take the video down and redo it. Because honestly, I could have done this series a whole lot better. So you know what? Let's go and do this idea some justice by using the other route that I mentioned in the intro of the original part 1. That being having both Ash and Serena born in Kalos. Since the first version had Serena born in Kanto, but with Ash, and that one people made a lot of comparisons to Pickle Dill's What If Serena started in Kanto series. And honestly, that's another one of the main reasons why I wanted to redo the series. Plus it also kills two birds with one stone. I get to review a series that had a lot of problems, and I get to cover the Kalos region in a What If, which is the only main live region besides Alola to not be covered on the channel at this time. So remember, since it's the part 1, there will be no like goal, since I want to gauge interest for the series. Also be sure to subscribe, so we can reach our goal of 2,000 subs by June 21st, where I'll release both the redux of What If I Was in My Hero Academia, and will probably become my favorite What If to work on besides What If Ash was born in Ransei, being What If Spider-Man was in Pokemon. So enough of that shameless begging, let's get this party started! Now, for this version of the story, Ash and Serena will both be born in Kalos as twins. By Serena's mother Grace, and since Grace is a world-renowned Rhyhorn racer, she has to go all over the world competing in Rhyhorn races, which we're deciding to take Ash and Serena with her. But eventually, Grace decided to settle down in Vanderbilt Town, where Ash and Serena meet our new next-door neighbor Callum, who wants to be a Pokemon master just like Ash. Callum is Ash's main rival in this scenario, so once Ash, Serena, and Callum turn 10 years old, the three decide to go to Professor Sycamore's lab to receive their starters, with Callum's parents giving him his first Pokemon, Kangaskhan. Ash, Serena, and Callum head off to Lumio City to get their starters with Kangaskhan in tow to protect the three from any wild Pokemon. After a few days of traveling, Ash and his friends arrive at Lumio City and meet Professor Sycamore to receive his future starters, with Professor Sycamore welcoming the three trainers by giving their Pokédex, which kinda looks like an iPad. Professor Sycamore then sent up three starters, Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. Callum ultimately decides to let Ash choose first, since he already has Kangaskhan, with Ash deciding to pick Froakie since he wanted the water starter in canon. I think it would make sense for this What If. Plus, any other choice of starter would be a massive disservice to Greninja. Callum then decides to pick Chespin to have a type advantage, which leaves Serena with Fennekin. Callum then thanks Professor Sycamore for his starter Pokemon and leaves. Which then, we see a boy with green hair wearing a white button-up shirt and tie, with the boy introducing himself as Rinto. Rinto is a Pickle Dill suggestion, since we don't know what region Rinto is from, but since Rinto said he trained under Wickstrom, I think we can make a good case for Kalos, with Rinto being excited to pick a Kalos starter, but Professor Sycamore tells him that unfortunately all the Kalos starters have been picked by other trainers, but he can't offer him a male Ralts that he caught a few days ago for his research instead, which Rinto accepts. So Rinto gets his Pokédex and Pokéballs, and starts to leave along Ash and Serena. But Professor Sycamore stops him by saying that he has one more gift for each of them, by sending out the three Kanto starters, and telling them that they can have one if they want it. So Ash lets Rinto and Serena pick first, with Rinto getting Squirtle and Serena getting Bulbasaur, which leaves Ash with Charmander. Now with that over with, the three leave Professor Sycamore's lab and head to Santaloo City for their first gym badges, since Lumio's gym requires that they have a minimum of 3 Pokemon. So Ash decides to challenge brings Rinto to a 2-on-2 battle to test out their new Pokemon, with Serena trying to advise against this, but she knows her brother won't stop for nothing to have a battle. Ash uses Froakie and Charmander against Rinto's Ralts and Squirtle. Squirtle and Charmander come out first, with Charmander opening the battle with a smoke screen to block Squirtle's vision. But Rito orders Squirtle to use Tail Whip like a fan and blow away the smoke, and Squirtle isn't able to hit a clean shot with Water Gun, dealing super effective damage. So Charmander decides to use Scratch, although Squirtle defends from him by using its shell, which leads to Squirtle knocking out Charmander with another Water Gun. Froakie comes out next and uses its Frubbles to hold Squirtle in place, which allows Froakie to land a Water Pulse on Squirtle, and Froakie knocks out Squirtle with a well-placed Pound. Ralt comes out next, and Rinto decides to throw Ash off by constantly using Teleport, which would frustrate Froakie a bit. So Froakie decides to play it safe and spread its Frubbles around to act as a sticky trap, with Ralt teleporting onto Froakie's Frubbles. So Froakie uses Water Pulse, with Rinto commanding a double team from Ralt's. And then Rinto orders a confusion to slam Froakie into the ground. Froakie then gets back up into a smaller, more condensed Water Pulse, which connects, leaving Ralt close to fainting. So Ralt decides using her confusion to leave Froakie almost knocked out. So Froakie tries to use the more condensed Water Pulse again, which knocks out Ralt's. So Ash and Serena decide to head back over to Santaloon City after getting Froakie and Charmander to look at, which after a few days of traveling, the twins arrive. Charmander and Froakie begin to develop a bit of a rivalry. They will train for the battle against Viola, the Santaloon gym leader, who had just became a gym leader a few weeks ago. Since the events of Kalos take place during Indigo League, I figured I would try to use different gym leaders. You'll see more as future parts of this series. Serena also heads over to Santaloon Forest to catch herself a Scatterbug, which would bring her team to 3 Pokemon. Ash then challenges Viola to a gym battle, with it being 2-on-2, since Ash only has 2 Pokemon. The battle is Froakie and Charmander versus Viola's Surskit and Vivillon. Surskit and Froakie come out first, with Ash commanding Froakie to use Pound, which Surskit dodges thanks to his superior speed. Viola orders a Sticky Web to hold Froakie in place, but Ash commands Froakie to his Frubbles as a decoy, which allows Froakie to use a Water Pulse which connects, leaving Surskit confused, with Surskit using Ice Beam against Froakie's Water Pulse, which turns into a massive Ice Ball, which allows Froakie to use the Ice Ball to knock out Surskit. This phase Viola, which has her Vivillon, with Vivillon's sight open the battle with a Gust, which knocks Froakie up its feet and uses a sidekick to slam Froakie around like a ragdoll, with Viola commanding Vivillon to use a sidekick to hold Froakie in place, and he uses a Solar Beam to finish off the frog Pokemon. Ash then sends in his Charmander. Ash orders Charmander to use Ember on Vivillon's wings, which Charmander keeps using Ember and other ranged attacks, since Charmander can't reach Vivillon with Scratch, since Vivillon is always in the air. So Charmander decides to try something it's been working on with Froakie by using Dragon Rage to leave Vivillon close to fainting. Charmander uses Ember to cause a burn on Vivillon and knocks out Vivillon through her Dragon Rage. Ash then manages to get his first Kalos Gym badge added to his case. Now the twins make their way back to Lumiose City, since they have to go through Lumiose to get to Salage City, the site of Ash's second gym battle. The twins also meet up with Callum on their way back to Lumiose, with Callum deciding to challenge Ash to a battle using his Kangaskhan and his newly evolved Quilladin against Froakie and Charmander. Charmander comes out first against Quilladin, with Ash ordering an Ember from Charmander, but Callum orders a Rollout to hit Charmander hard. But Charmander decides to use Ember at close range and using Dragon Rage to temporarily disorient Quilladin. So Callum orders a Bite, which makes Charmander flinch. But Charmander, wanting to win for Ash, starts to glow with a white light. It evolves on Charmeleon and manages to learn Fire Fang and Dragon Breath, which Charmeleon uses great effect to knock out Quilladin, but only after taking their super effective rollout. Callum then decides that playtime is over and sends out his Kangaskhan, which decides to use Stomp to make Charmeleon flinch. Ash then commands Dragon Breath from Charmeleon, which paralyzes Kangaskhan. So Callum orders Kangaskhan to wait till Charmeleon gets in close and use Power Up Punch. So Ash orders Charmeleon to use Fire Fang, which is what Callum was waiting for. So he orders Kangaskhan to use Power Up Punch in rapid succession to leave the Fire Lizard unconscious. Ash is only left with his Froakie, so he sends it out with Froakie Water Pulse. So Kalos makes Kangaskhan go for Thunder Punch, deal massive damage to Froakie, so Froakie decides to use Frubbles to hold Kangaskhan's legs in place, with Froakie using Quick Attack to hit Kangaskhan, but using their Thunder Punch to knock out Froakie, making the winner of this battle Kalos. The three decide to head to Lumiose City together, with them arriving after a couple days, and Serena's Scatterbug evolving twice on the way in Lumiose, since early bug types have been shown to evolve rather early. The twins then decide to visit Professor Sycamore again, with him asking how their journeys are going, with Ash showing a gym badge he won from Viola. And Serena still has no idea what she wants to do, with Professor Sycamore offering a suggestion of Pokemon showcases, which after watching some videos on them, Serena gets hooked, and decided she wants to be a Pokemon performer. After this, the twins leave Lumiose and head to Camphor Town, since it's on the way to Lodge City, where the two trainers meet a girl with long blonde hair tied into a high ponytail, who introduced herself as Karina, who sent her partner Riolu to battle Ash's Froakie. Froakie and Riolu come out with Riolu opening battle with a Quick Attack into a Force Palm, but Froakie used the Condensed Water Pulse again to hit Riolu harder than a regular Water Pulse would. So after a while of exchanging Water Pulses and Force Palms, with Froakie managing to take the win of Riolu. So Ash and Serena invite Karina to travel with them, since Karina wants to get strong enough to become the Shower City gym leader, and the twins can be really good training partners for Karina and Riolu. The three trainers then head for Camphor Town and decide to visit the castle, which then Ashiko learned about a sleeping Snorlax blocking away out of Camphor Town, so the three had to go to Parfum Palace to receive the Pokeflute. After a few hours of chasing a Furfrou through a hedge maze, Ashiko gets the Pokeflute. Ashiko get the Pokeflute to wake up Snorlax, so it stops trying to crush the bridge under its weight. Snorlax wakes up, and Ash, Serena, and Karina prepare for battle by using Froakie, Fennekin, and Riolu to battle it, with Fennekin managing to learn Flamethrower during this battle. Now that Snorlax is out of the way, our heroes head to Amber Town, and on the way there, Ash manages to catch a Skidoo, which brings his team to 3 Pokemon. Ash and Co finally arrive in Amber Town and head over to the Fossil Dig Site, where on the way, Ash manages to catch himself a Helioptile, which will bring his team to 4 already. Ash and Co then rescue the scientist from Team Flare and receive a Jaw Fossil for Ash, with Ash taking it to the museum to restore it into a Tyrant, which will increase his team to 5. After a day at the Fossil Dig, Ash goes head off to Lodge City, with Ash deciding to take the time and to train his new Pokemon with Karina and her Pokemon, with Tyrant being able to know Stomp, Bite, Rock Tomb, and Hone Claws. Skidoo happens to know Razor Leaf, Leech Seed, Takedown, and Synthesis, and Helioptile knowing Thunder Shock, Charge, Mud Slap, and Quick Attack. Froakie also managed to learn Double Team during this time, as the trio head to Lodge City and decide to rest for the night or challenging the gym. After resting for the night, Ash, Serena, and Karina decide to head to the gym and meet Grant, the Lodge City gym leader who specializes in Rock-type Pokemon, with the battle being 2-on-2, with Ash deciding to use Froakie and Skidoo against Grant's Onix and Tyrant. Skidoo and Onix come out first, with Skidoo using Razor Leaf and Onix's Rock Tomb. Ash then commands a Leech Seed, but Onix decides to use Rock Polish to increase its speed to dodge. So Skidoo keeps using Razor Leaf in rapid succession to knock out Onix, leaving Grant with just his Tyrant. Tyrant comes out and uses Draco Meteor to hit Skidoo hard. Grant then commands a Dragon Tail, with Ash commanding a Razor Leaf, which hits Tyrant as the Dragon Tail connects. This sends Skidoo back into its ball, and Froakie is dragged out, with Froakie not being able to land a super-effective damage, since Tyrant takes neutral damage to Water-type moves. So Froakie decides to use speed to its advantage, with moves like Quick Attack and Water Pulse to hit Tyrant hard, but Tyrant uses Draco Meteor to fight out Froakie's double teams. But Froakie has his double teams use the same more condensed Water Pulse that he uses Ringtoe, with Grant being rather taken aback by this. So Grant has Tyrant use Dragon Tail to fight the Water Pulses, with this bringing Froakie close to fainting. But Froakie, wanting to win for Ash, starts to glow with a white light and begins evolution into Frogadier, with Frogadier using its new power to increase to land a finishing blow on Tyrant, allowing Ash to get the Cliff Badge added to his case. Ash and Co then decide to head to Shower City for Ash's next gym battle, but first, Ash sees a trainer when a Charizard comes to the gym. Ash decides to go talk to him, and this is Alon. who isn't involved with Team Flare in this timeline, so he's a lot less dark and brooding, with Alon telling Ash that he already has 6 gym badges. At this point, it's here to challenge Grant for his 7th badge, with Ash asking if he can watch, and Alon doesn't see why not. So Alon and Grant agree to a 3-on-3, with Alon can use Charizard, Metang, and Ampharos. I decided to alter his team by a lot to have more of a Mega Evolutions theme to it, and Grant using Barbaracle, Aurorus, and Tyranitar. This is taking notes from Pokemon Origins, from the scene where Brock asks Red how many badges he has, and selects his team accordingly. He needs to accommodate for that. So therefore, if Alon had more gym badges, Grant would therefore use a stronger team to battle him. Alon sends out his Ampharos against Grant's Barbaracle, with Barbaracle deciding to start things off with a Shell Smash, which increases both of its attack stats and speed at the cost of lower defenses. Alon has Ampharos use Thunder Punch, although Barbaracle parries this with a Razor Shell. But Ampharos uses Fire Punch as a diversion, with Ampharos using a Thunderbolt to zap Barbaracle, leaving it paralyzed, which halves its speed. Ampharos uses Dragon Rage, Barbaracle's feet, and he uses Thunder Punch to put down Barbaracle, leaving Grant with 2. Aurorus goes up second for Grant, and uses Blizzard to freeze Ampharos, but he uses Fire Punch to thaw itself out, and uses Thunderbolt to zap Aurorus. Aurorus thinks this is Hyper Beam to leave Ampharos unconscious. Alon then recalls Ampharos and sends in Metang, which uses Metal Claw to fight Aurorus. The Aurorus using Ancient Power, while the Metang uses Meteor Mash to knock out Aurorus with one shot. Grant then calls out his Tyranitar, with using Earthquake and Fire Fang to leave Metang close to fainting, and with a burn. Metang uses Meteor Mash to hit Tyranitar, deals super effective damage, but Tyranitar using Earthquake to knock out Metang, leaving Alon with just his trusty Charizard. Charizard comes out third, with both Alon and Grant deciding to Mega Evolve their Pokemon, with Ash being rather fascinated by the Mega Evolutions, with Charizard using Steel Wing as Tyranitar's Stone Edge, with Charizard using Dragon Claw to break through the Stone Edge, with both attacks hitting Tyranitar to knock it out, since Tyranitar already took damage from Metang's attacks, and the stealing a Dragon Claw was able to finish it off, which allows Alon to win his 7th badge. After Alon gets his Pokemon healed up, Ash has to battle Alon's Charizard with his Charmeleon, so Alon agrees to this with Charmeleon and Charizard coming out, with Charmeleon using Dragon Breath and Charizard using Dragon Claw, which afterward Ash's Charmeleon uses Flamethrower and Charizard uses it as well. And on his cliffhanger ending, I'll just pour it off here for right now. So remember, there's no like goal for this part, since I want to gauge interest for this series. Also, be sure to subscribe so we can reach 2,000 subs by the 1-year anniversary, and then hopefully 3,000 by the end of the year. And for enough of that, I'll get on here. Peace.